Have you ever eaten a big plate of pasta or a bowl of cereal only to feel exhausted afterwards? Or maybe you had a meal that left you hungrier than even before you started. It turns out the order in which you eat your food can have a huge impact on your blood sugar levels, energy, and even long-term health. Today I'm going to show you a simple way to structure your meals that can help keep your blood sugar levels stable, boost your energy, and even reduce insulin resistance over time. I'm Dr. Morgan Nolte, founder of 𝙏𝙄𝙈𝙈𝙀𝙎, where we help you lose weight, keep it off, and improve your health with a low insulin and inflammation lifestyle. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss out on tips that help you live a healthier, happier life. To appreciate food order, let's review the 3 types of macronutrients and how each of them impact your insulin, blood sugar, and hormone levels differently. First up is carbohydrates. There are 3 main types of carbs: starches, sugars, and fibers. Starches and sugars are broken down into simple sugars quickly once you eat them, causing a rapid blood sugar and insulin spike. Starches like bread, crackers, chips, pretzels, and pasta, which are mainly all made of the simple sugar glucose, will activate a small amount of satiety or fullness, but also activates the reward center in your brain, so it's hard to control the portions and stop eating these starchy foods. Sugary foods that are sweet contain a different simple sugar called fructose. Now, most sweet foods have both fructose and glucose, but the proportions will vary. And unlike glucose, which has a mild effect on fullness and a mild pleasure response, fructose actually makes you hungrier and has a large effect on the reward center in your brain. That's why we tend to have an even harder time saying no, controlling our portions, or stopping after just one bite of dessert compared to rice, pasta, or bread. It's also why even after a large dinner, we always have room for dessert. Because unlike protein, fiber, or fat, which we'll discuss in a bit, sugar doesn't contribute to our sense of fullness. The 3rd type of carb is fiber. Fiber does not cause a blood sugar or insulin spike. In fact, fiber helps slow the digestion and absorption of whatever else you eat in that meal. Like protein and fat, fiber will stimulate your satiety hormones and help you feel full after a meal. Now let's move on to proteins. Proteins have a moderate insulin response, and if you eat over about 50 to 60 grams of protein in one meal, some of that protein may be converted to glucose because your body doesn't need it right away. And unlike excess carbohydrates or fats that can be stored elsewhere in the body, like your glycogen stores or your fat tissue, your body doesn't have a great storage mechanism for extra amino acids from protein. So the excess amino acids are converted to glucose to be stored. So remember, when you eat protein, it breaks down into amino acids, which are the building blocks for everything in your body, like your bones, muscle, hair, nails, all of it. And because of this, protein is the most essential and important macronutrient. Protein also stimulates satiety hormones like GIP and GLP-1. Yes, the same GLP-1 that weight loss medications mimic. And eating a high protein diet can have a similar satiating effect as those weight loss medications, without the side effects or negative health effects that those medications can have. That's why after a big meal, the last thing you want is more chicken or steak. Protein is just too filling. Next up are dietary fats. I'm not going to go into the specific types of dietary fat in this video, but if you want to learn more about trans versus saturated versus unsaturated fats, download our free Ultimate Food Guide, and there's a link in the description below for that. This free food guide has even more information about macros and plenty of food tables to help you make healthy choices for your weight and blood sugar management. Dietary fats actually have the lowest blood sugar and insulin response out of all 3 macros and contribute to feeling full and satisfied after a meal. I know anyone who's tried to stick with a low-fat diet probably knows how unsatisfying that food pattern can be and how hungry you can get eating low-fat. With this background information in mind, let's talk about why food order matters for your blood sugar, insulin, and weight. Let's start with what happens when you eat starches or sugars first. When you eat something like bread, rice, pasta, crackers, pretzels, or fruit on an empty stomach, those carbs break down into glucose and fructose if the food is sweet very quickly. We call these naked carbs because there's no protein, fiber, or fat with them. So the glucose floods the bloodstream, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar. In response, your body releases a big dose of insulin, the hormone that helps move that sugar from your blood into your cells. At first, you might think that's great, but here's the catch. Because when blood sugars spike too high, it's often followed by a crash, leaving you tired, hungry, and craving more sugar. Over time, these repeated spikes can lead to insulin resistance and a higher fasting blood sugar level. A study published in Diabetes Care tested this by having participants eat the same meal, but in different food orders. When they ate the carbs first, their blood sugar spiked 29% higher compared to when they ate protein and vegetables, i.e. fiber, first. That's a massive difference just by changing food order. So what's the best way to structure your meals? The ideal order for eating is to start with fiber, followed by protein and healthy fats, and then finish with carbohydrates. Eating fibrous foods first, like non-starchy vegetables, plays a major role in glucose management because fiber acts as a net, slowing down the digestion and preventing sugar from being absorbed too quickly. Another way I like to think of it is eating fiber first is like rolling out the red carpet for the rest of your food. Then, when you follow fiber with protein and healthy fats like meat, eggs, avocados, nuts, and finish with carbs, your stomach empties more slowly, which again is one effect of those GLP-1 agonist weight loss medications. So by just restructuring your food order, you can delay stomach emptying and improve your satiety. This allows glucose from the carbs to be released into your bloodstream more gradually, preventing a major spike in blood sugar. This food order doesn't just help balance blood sugar, it also helps keep you feeling full and satisfied for longer. Remember, fiber slows digestion and adds bulk to your meal, while fiber, protein, and healthy fats trigger hormones that signal fullness to your brain. So by the time you get to the carbs at the end of your meal, your body is already digesting more slowly, and it's releasing satiety hormones to help you feel full, preventing overeating the carbs and that rapid rise and fall in blood sugar that can lead to hunger and cravings shortly after eating. This is another reason why eating slowly is great for blood sugar too. It allows your body time to adjust to and respond to those satiating hormones. Plus, slower eating means there's more time for your body to digest and absorb the food. Changing your food order is one of the simplest things that you can do to reduce your risk for and reverse insulin resistance. Why does this food order trick actually help prevent insulin resistance? Well, when blood sugar spikes too often, your cells stop responding properly to insulin, and this is what we call insulin resistance. Over time, your body has to produce more and more insulin just to manage blood sugar, and this elevated level of insulin leads to weight gain, energy crashes, and an increased risk of type 2 diabetes. But when you eat like what I'm teaching in this video, so fiber first, then your protein and fats, then your carbs, your insulin response stays better controlled. Instead of dumping a ton of insulin into your bloodstream all at once to deal with that high blood sugar spike, your body releases just enough, keeping your metabolism balanced and making your cells more sensitive to insulin again. Think of it like this. When you knock gently on a door, someone answers. But if you bang too hard and too often, they're going to start ignoring you. That's exactly what's happening to your cells when insulin is constantly spiking. They stop listening. Eating in the right order keeps the knock gentle and effective. So eating foods in this order is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to keep your blood sugars stable, reduce insulin resistance, and feel more energized throughout the day. So at your next meal, try eating fiber first, followed by the protein and healthy fats, and then finishing with carbs if you're choosing to eat them with that meal. Let me know in the comments, have you ever noticed a difference if you have carbs first versus last in your meal, both from a glucose standpoint and an energy standpoint? Along with healthy diet and lifestyle changes like modifying your food order, if you're looking to do all that you can to prevent or avoid blood sugar medications because of their cost or their side effects, check out the Super Berberine supplement by Sugar MD. It can help lower blood sugars more effectively than other berberine supplements for two primary reasons. First, it contains dihydroberberine, which is a more bioavailable form of berberine. And second, it contains highly concentrated Ceylon cinnamon, so much that it's like you're getting 3 tablespoons of regular cinnamon in just one serving. I hope you found this video helpful, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another video to optimize your health. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one next, where I review 5 simple steps to lower your hemoglobin A1C fast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.